We are excited to have everybody. We have a ton of celebrations and a ton of information to share, so we're going to go ahead and get started. First, I just want to welcome to the BNI core family, Broward, Fort Lauderdale, and BNI Minnesota. We are incredibly excited to have both of them join us. You'll see that there are quite a few members of those teams on the call today. So welcome to the family, and we're happy to have you. So our catalyzing statement is that we are driven by clear vision, purpose, and expectations rooted in mutual respect and accountability. And this is our driving factor. And our core values, which of course we all know. I am going to ask quickly if someone has a core value that they have seen over the last month with either directors or with members that you would like to share. And feel free to unmute yourself because I can't see everybody all at once. So whoever jumps in first gets to do it.
Definitely harmony.
All right.
Sorry?
Go for it, Glenn.
Okay. Lifelong learning, certainly. Seen that a lot with the team and its training of, I don't know, 200 and some or more training events.
Yeah, we had quite a few. We had over 400 training events in September, and we trained about 10,000 people. So lifelong learning is certainly something that we have worked on over the last month. So I love that one. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. So we're going to go straight into our Q4 goals. So we have the Restart the US, which we have been talking about, and we have seen all the amazing activity on the WhatsApp groups and by email from everybody. So this is just a reminder that our goal for Q4 is that we have ended the year by helping 25,000 businesses and that they become part of the core family. The way that we're going to do that is we are going to launch 20 chapters. We're going to have 800 growth events. We're going to have 400 nonprofits join our family, and we are going to prevent 200 people from dropping their membership, because when we do that, we are actively supporting all of our current members and all of the businesses in the community, which is our goal. So I'm going to move straight into our 3+1 updates. We are going to start with launch. And so I'm going to ask James and Steve if they would like to take over and share with us some launch updates.
Is this the right slide?
I assume so. It was, oh, you muted yourself.
There it is again. Okay, I'm back. All right. Starting with launch, trainings and routines. This is something that we have got going on for our launch team, that we have something going on every day of the week for our launch team, including we have our LDC trainings that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays for part 1 and part 2. And we also do an online training called Launch Director Interpersonal Skills. And then we've got our weekly schedule of routines where we do a Monday best practice roundtable where James picks a topic and we have a nice open discussion that's kind of fun, and we actually give a CEU for it because it's so much good information. We have our coaching coffee sessions on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, which are really great for drivers and the directors to come on and get information on how to launch and how to invite and do all the right things to get your group moving quickly. On Thursday, we've got a national interest meeting for all of our drivers that are interested in taking part in this, but maybe want a little bit more information. And then we've got 2 accountability calls, which I believe will be expanding to more than that pretty soon, to work with and support our launch directors as they move forward towards their charter. And hey, our team's still growing. And we are looking for people who would like to take part in what I think is the most rewarding experience you can do as a BNI director. That's my opinion, and it's true as well. But it is a fun group that we've got. We've got kind of like a mastermind class that goes on Mondays, as I mentioned. We're doing something every single day, and we're paying a really nice commission as well. So this is something worth your time. Please reach out to James or myself if you are interested in taking part in this, even if it's just a conversation about learning more.
Right, so we are going to do some launch recognition. So we have some exciting things to celebrate. We have already had 2 people who are going to do their first time launch with us in the core. So we are incredibly excited. So Wally Sharif, he launched his yesterday for the first time in the core, and Carolyn Williams will launch her first chapter in core today. So that is incredibly excited. We're happy to have our first time launchers and excited to see what success they continue to create. So our area director by launch, as you can see, leading the board, we have Dan Seaman in the upstate. He has continued to lead with our launches. He has inducted 73 members as a result of launches so far. So that is absolutely incredible. We've got Rick Gutierrez right on his heels at 69, and I think they both have a couple more chapters sitting in line here. So who knows, by the end of the year, who will be our top leader. So congratulations to all the area directors for all of the amazing work that you're doing to support these launches and to support these businesses with joining the core family. So I wanted to announce a launch contest. So for all of the launch directors that are helping us to hit our goal of 20 launches here in the final quarter, we are going to have a contest for any launch director who launches a chapter between October 1st and December 31st of this year. You're going to be entered into a drawing for a cash prize of $1,000. So anybody who launches is on that team. You will be entered in. We can't wait to see who is going to get the prize. Steve, any predictions?
I think there's a good shot that it'll be me, but you never know. I am launching 3 chapters, but no, we've got so many people who are in the middle of this and determined to get a chapter launched either this month or next month, certainly by the end of the year. So I think it's going to go right down to the wire.
All right, I'll be interested to see. We will be updating you guys each town hall here as we go through the months as to who's been entered into it. So we are going to move on to our Phil update, and I am going to ask Michelle Klein to share some information about our Phil activities.
All right. Okay. So much information for Phil.
Oh, Michelle, you're breaking up a little bit there. Oh, maybe we've lost her.
Okay.
All right, well then we're going to go ahead and move forward without her, and if she comes back on, Michelle, feel free to interrupt me. So we are working through our growth accelerators, as you guys have all been hearing about and talking about. We have our growth accelerator events. We've been doing the updates. So you've got your visitors day, your contact sphere, your BNI game. Here is your link you see on the screen so that you can have your chapter register. We also have the QR code that you can use. You want to pick which fit is the right fit for your chapter and help them decide. We've been talking to directors. Some love visitors days because the chapter loves the structured event. Others absolutely love the BNI game because they have a very competitive chapter, and the competitive chapter wants to see who can be on top. So it's really all about what fits your chapter to help them invite businesses and support their communities. So we have a ton of support going on for all of our Phil activities. So for members, on Mondays at 2 p.m., this is for your event coordinators and any of the leadership team that wants to attend, we have a Visitor Day support call. So if they've selected Visitor Day as their Growth Accelerator event, we highly recommend that they get on the Monday call at 2 p.m. That is going to give them the information they need each and every week to make sure that they have a successful Visitors Day event. We also have a call on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. for members, and this is a webinar that gives different inviting topics. So this is for all of the other mechanisms as well as the Visitors Day. We're going to talk about how to invite, how to identify people, how to determine who's in your contact sphere, how to make sure that you have an amazing visitor experience. So if you've got members that need that information, you've got leadership teams, event coordinators that want that information, you want to have them jump on the Tuesday call. For directors, we have 2 separate webinars. On Wednesdays at noon, we've added a weekly need to know, and it's a Q&A session. And so really the goal of this call is that if you have questions about how to support your chapters through Q4, if they've got questions about the events, you jump on this webinar. It's an open forum. We've done it the last 2 weeks, which we're just taking questions, having conversations, and really trying to support each other through it. Michelle and I are running that, so feel free to join us for that. And then on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, we also have a webinar for directors, and that is to help you support the chapters with all of the inviting techniques, the visitors days. It's going to give you the information you need to support your chapters. All of these events are available on your regional event calendar. So you can find them on the regional event calendar and you can register through there. We also have, for everyone, on Thursday at 2 p.m., we have our networking power hours. These are offered twice a month. They're also on your regional calendars. We do a lot of marketing to try and bring people to these events because we want people to see what BNI has to offer and how you can build your network with people from across the country and from even within inside your state, all of the opportunities. And so if you are looking to do a visitor's day in a couple weeks or in 6-7 weeks, you might want to attend one of these events or have your leadership teams attend one of these events, because they give you a great idea of the agenda and the energy and the power that can be brought to these events to make sure that they're successful. And then on Friday, of course, I know everybody is always on Steve's Core Talks webinar at noon, but if you haven't been on it, or if it's been a little while, I highly, highly recommend that you jump on Steve's Core Talks webinar. We're always having great speakers and fun conversations.
Yeah, by the way, we had a really great one today on member retention, and next week we're talking about filling contact spheres.
Oh, perfect. So definitely want to jump on those. And then last, but certainly not least, are the Friday emails. So if your members have signed up for a Growth Accelerator event, they are going to get a weekly email from Michelle. She's going to provide them support webinars, education moments, open networking tips, any links to videos that they may need or podcasts that can help them. We're really trying to do everything that we can to give them what they need to be successful. All of the directors will also be copied on those emails so that you know what's going out to your chapters and so that you can support them in case they have any questions. So some recognition time, because we have so much to recognize. You guys have done so many amazing things over the last month that we have a ton of recognition. So first off, I want to say congratulations to David Kaufman and team in DVR. They have 100% of their chapters registered for Growth Accelerator events in Q4. So big congratulations to David and team. It's just absolutely fantastic to see that. Next up is Becky Isbell and team. They have 82%. Gina Harold and team have 71%. And Jenny Butts, Jennifer Tolley in Minnesota are well on their way to getting to the 80%. We have decided to extend the deadline to sign up for chapters until 10/23. We really want everybody to join Becky and David there at the top of the board. So we're going to give you guys one more week to have to get your chapter signed up, because we know it's a new leadership team and they might need a little bit of extra time to talk through what is the best mechanism for them. So we have some more celebrations we're going to continue with. First, again, we have our 100% club. Clearly, David and DVR are in the 100% club. Becky is hot on the heels, though, and is definitely wondering how David surpassed her on the leaderboard. So Team Texas is ready to take that spot back and want to join David up there. These are recognition of all of our support directors who've hit the 100% club. I am absolutely amazed at how well you guys are doing supporting your chapters. We are going to create so much success for our members and for our communities because of your efforts. And I cannot wait to see those results at the end of the year. So I want to thank each and every person on this list, because it's just absolutely amazing to see what you guys have been able to do. And if you've been watching the Core AD thread on WhatsApp, then Dan has been telling everybody that he's going to be sharing all of the updated standing for all of the area directors. So you can see we have all of our area directors who are at 100% of their chapters, having selected their Growth Accelerator event. And then we have some that are very, very close to that 100%. We've got more that are right on the heels of getting to that 80%, so they are exceptionally close. I think this extra week worth of time to get your chapters to sign up will make all the difference for these people. We've got a couple people yet who are looking to get on the board, so we are excited to see them get their chapters on the board and see what success they will create. If you are not on the top of the list and you need some help with your chapters, or you're running into any obstacles, please reach out to your area directors, reach out to your regional directors, reach out to Dan or I. We are all here to support you with getting your chapters the help that they need to be successful over this quarter. We really want them to be successful. We want to see their networks grow. We want to see their businesses grow. And so whatever we can do to help you, please let us know, because we are happy to do it. Dan, do you want to add anything actually before I go through there? Because I know this is your
I was just looking at the
scorecard.
Debbie had mentioned, so Debbie Ruiz is also at 100%. So I apologize that we didn't catch you in there, but congratulations. I know you guys that this was a, obviously we wanted support directors to be focused on growth and fill, and have area directors focused on retention. But we wanted you to know how your support directors are doing if you're an area director and if you're in an area. So, but congratulations to those of you who are just really kicking butt with this thing. we really think that this is going to be the key to hitting that 25,000 number, which is just such a kind of an emotional thing for us. So good luck to all you guys, and I hope you can make some more hay with the extra week.
Make some more hay. I just heard Dawn use an expression this week with something like that, and that's twice in 1 week. All right. So we have some more recognition. So taking a look at September, I want to recognize our teams that were able to create amazing results in September, even with everything going on with leadership training. So congratulations to the Florida and the Texas team for kind of leading the way with new members in September. They did a fantastic job. So I'd love to see that we're continuing to grow even when we're focused on leadership team training. Really, that means we're just continuing to focus on how many people can we help and how do we really support our communities. And so congratulations to everyone on the list. Next up, we look at a little bit more AD recognition. So you can see all of the area directors. And so you can see Laura Newman, who is actually one of our newest area directors from Broward, is leading the way for new members in September. So congratulations, Laura, fantastic job. You can see Eva and Ron, who are from Miami there, and the rest of the Florida team also joining in on that fund. So great job to everyone who has seen just immense growth and are helping with the members. All right, so for our chapter placement team has been working diligently to help support us with Phil and lead people to our chapters so that we have an opportunity to share the power of BNI with them. So we want to say congratulations to our chapter placement team for all of the hard work that you're doing. But we want to give special recognition to Mark Megan. He finished at the top of the leaderboard for the chapter placement team and placed 10 members during the month of September. So great job, Mark, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Regina, I love it. She keeps clapping and putting up the high five. Just makes me happy. So thank you. All right. So what is our contest for our support directors? We had one for launch directors, so we're certainly not going to leave out our support directors. We want to make sure everybody has an opportunity. So for every support director that has 80% or more of their chapters registered to win a Growth Accelerator event, you're going to be entered into a drawing to win $500. So next month on our town hall, when you get on, we will announce who wins $500 cash for getting all of their support, their chapters to register for the Growth Accelerators. So we're looking forward to doing that. So next, we're going to do a contest for monthly net percentage growth by support director. So we are tracking what the events are. We're looking at what the chapters are doing. So for our top 3 support directors for percentage growth in October, November, and December, they're each going to get a $200 gift card. So we're going to make sure that we have, we're recognizing the growth as well. And there's one more contest for support directors. So for support directors, your contest for net growth for all of Q4. Our top 3 SDCs for net growth will win. Third place will win $250 cash. Second place will win $500 cash. And first place will win $1,000 cash for supporting your chapters for net growth. We really want to make sure that we are helping every single business in the communities that we're in achieve their goals and give them an opportunity to build the relationships that will change their business and change their lives. And it's your efforts that will make sure that that happens. And we want you to know how much we appreciate everything that you're doing to make that happen for our communities. So we are going to move on to our retention update. So I am going to ask Dawn Margowski to join us and give us an update on retention. All right. Well, it's quiet long enough that I'm just going to go ahead and do it myself then, because I want to make sure we respect your time. So for our retention, we have a new call that we are putting on the calendar. So for anybody who wants to attend, although it's going to be helpful for your area directors because you guys are focused on retention, we're doing a call every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And the goal of this call is, what are the objections that you're hearing when you call members about their renewal? How do you have that conversation? How do you start the conversation? What happens if the conversation goes wrong? What do you do with all of those situations? And so we want to have an opportunity for us to share some best practices, but then for us to brainstorm with each other about what the best practices are as we're all engaged in these calls each and every day as a part of our role. And so we would love to have everybody join us. You will see the link on here, but we will also, this is also be available on your regional calendars so that you can register through that. And we can send out the PowerPoint after so that you have it as well. But it will be our newest call that we're adding, and those will start next week. So what are some of the other support calls that we have available for retention? We continue to have our national speed networking and our regional speed networking. So these are events that give you an opportunity, if you're engaged in the national speed networking, to meet members from all over the Corps. So we open it up to everybody in Corps who wants to attend, and you can really build some amazing relationships with people across the country. If that fits your business, if your business is somebody that can do business across the country, then I highly recommend you join these. We also have regional events. So for those of us whose business is more local, that is the event that you're going to want to join. All of those events, again, they're listed on your regional events calendar. So you want to make sure that you're looking into that and find out what's available for you and what times are appropriate. We also continue to do our new member onboarding. And this is our opportunity to really talk to the new members when they start and they join, and to explain to them, what is BNIU? What is the BNI app? What is the Passport program? What is member success, and why should I care about any of these things? We want to share with them what the why behind these things is, what's in it for them, and how it's going to help them ensure that they get a positive return on their investment in BNI. New members are given a new member letter when they join, and it has this information in it, but we would love if you guys would also reach out to them and help encourage them to attend this event, because we have found that we get a very positive response, and that it's helping new members get a fresh start and understand all of the what I'm going to call our BNI language, because we tend to have our own language. It helps them understand that a little bit better and build stronger relationships. So Dan, do you actually want to share with us here the newest, latest and greatest program we're going to start?
Yeah, sure. So, the general concept here, I was thinking about it in terms of, for me being a former BNI member and trying to figure out how can we survive, this economy and this, recession, and actually, not just survive, but thrive through this thing. And I know that as a former BNI member, as a printer, it's like there's got to be people all across the country that are succeeding right now. And, they're probably figuring out different ways to be able to do it. And we're in a pretty unique position in that since our company-owned regions are all across the country, we're able to, take people who might normally be competitors in a specific, metropolitan area, and match them up with people across the country so that they're no longer competitors and they can learn as much as possible about it. So Dawn created a wonderful calendar, a wonderful schedule, agenda, and we are going to be able to use sort of a BNI meeting type format. We're going to test this out, ironically, with printers first, and then we're going to move to the rest of the top 20. And we are going to grab, the first 30 members of a profession who are interested in doing this, have them come to basically like a mastermind type of session, which will run for an hour and a half, so they can learn from each other all across the country what types of best practices will help them, survive and thrive throughout this situation. So I believe the first one is coming up. It's on the screen, October 29th. At 1 o'clock Eastern time. And once we get through the first couple, we will begin to perfect the agenda and then roll it out to the rest of our top 20 professions. So I think this is going to be something that really helps people in their own, in their businesses get through this. So I'm excited about it.
And if you need more Dan Haggerty in your life, he and Dawn will be running it together. So you can certainly make sure that you let your members know that they will have access to the latest and greatest from Dan. All right, so we're going to move on to some recognition because we haven't done enough yet, and we actually still have more amazing things that have happened inside the core regions over the last month that we want to recognize. So first, I want to start up with recognizing all of our area directors who have achieved their retention goals for the month. And so I'm going to start with Chicago. As you can see, Amy Kritzman has had 69% of her members renew in October. So that's absolutely fantastic. In DVR, we have Mark Fishman with 100%. And all right, I'm going to say this first. If I pronounce any names wrong, I apologize now. Please let me know, and I will do my best not to do it again. But Tony Kanak with 67%. In Florida, we have Glenn. Oh, Glenn, you don't get a last name, so it's just Glenn with 75%.
I guess not.
I know it. You're just not going to get it. Jill Kenny is at 67%, and Randy is at 67%. So the fantastic job to those of you that are achieving your retention goals for the month. So we are going to move to Massachusetts. So Massachusetts, Sue and Ron and Rosalind are all exceeding their retention goals. So congratulations, and thank you guys so much for all that you're doing. For Michigan, we have Bill Ellison and Tina McNeil O'Brien who have exceeded it. And you can see they're both at 67%, which is absolutely fantastic. Keep up the good work. For the Northwest, so the Northwest has done a phenomenal job with retention. Their retention rates continue to grow. And so we just need to take a minute to really say congratulations to the Northwest team. Every single area director on their team has exceeded their retention, which means that they are saving members, they're helping members to continue to build relationships. And so thank you to Debbie, Steve, Colin, and Wilma, who've just done an amazing job. In the Ozarks, thank you to Winnie, who is at 70% for her retention. In the Southeast, we have Kayla, Corey, and Dan, who have all exceeded their retention, so fantastic job. And in Texas, we have Greg Morrison, who's exceeded his retention. So thank you guys so much. Okay, so on to our contest for our amazing area directors, because we're not leaving you guys out. So for our area directors, for every area director who exceeds their retention percentage in October, November, or December, you'll be entered into a prize to win. I don't know, that didn't sound right. You'll have the opportunity to win $200 cash in each month. So we will also be announcing all of those winners on the town halls each month. So you want to make sure you're continue to join us. And then for the directors who are able to, the area directors who are able to exceed their retention goals in all 3 months, they will be entered into a chance to win a prize of $1,000 at the end of the quarter. So again, we really appreciate all that you guys are doing. We know how hard you're working. We thought we'd make a little bit of competition, have a little bit of fun, and see who can walk away with some cash prizes here, because we really appreciate all that you've done. For area directors, if you're wondering where you can find all those charts, they are in our Restart the US Teams folder, and our amazing ops team is updating these each and every week, and they are putting them in there. They've already separated it out by region for us. They have done everything they can to make our lives easy so that we know who's up for renewal, what their contact information is, and what our percentage is. So they continue to update that. So I want to thank our ops team for all of the hard work that they're doing to support us and giving the tools necessary to be successful. See, I had more money on the screen and I almost forgot. So there's the fun $1,000 that gets to fly in. All right, so it is time. We're going to do a business builder update. So I'm sure that some of you have seen that BNIU has shifted a little bit. And so Laura is going to share with us some information about BNI Business Builder and why it looks different, how we can use it, and how it's going to help us. So Laura, I think you're on now. Wow, it's dead silence today whenever I go to add anybody. All right, so I don't know if she was able to get on, so I'm going to skip ahead and reach out to her, and Dan, I'm going to come to you and Claudia for our diversity and inclusion update.
And I think it's just going to be Claudia.
Okay, well then Claudia, please.
I'm glad to pipe in, you know me.
Yep, I do. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Claudia Thompson, area director in Boston, Massachusetts, and leading the diversity, it's actually equity and inclusion panel. We've altered it. It was just diversity and inclusion. So it's the DEI panel. And it is comprised of members, directors, area directors, regional and directors, as well as executive directors on the franchise-owned side throughout the country. And so that you can see on the left, so a couple of your favorites on this call are actually part of our panel. I think Tina and Corey, and I don't think Quentin's on, I'm not sure. But so basically we went through a huge process of finding people. I think we had over 80 applications and it was a week's worth of interviewing. to get the panel, and now we've broken them up into different things. First, we started with the vision and mission, of course. So this is our vision. BNI chapters will reflect the broader business communities in which they serve, led by teams that are proudly diverse and focused on inclusion. And our mission is by developing diversity and inclusion targets, tools, and training to help our leaders educate their teams and members. So that's what we came up with for the panel. And we broke up into 4 different groups. I don't know if one is broken off here, but we broke up into 4 committees, if you will. And one was training, one was marketing communications, and then one was launch, fill, and retain. So, and then the other one was like business operations, hiring, and things like that. So for training, you know, we're looking at all aspects, all points of entry for education. So the member success program training, the roles, the leadership roles, and how they can incorporate diversity efforts for their inside of the meetings as well, the president, everything else, 7-month reviews, and then how to address it in chapters, not only within the chapter, but also for directors, area directors, and regional directors. The education points as well, the value of DEI, you know, why does it matter to different people, and in different areas, it depends, right? Like it would be different in Iowa as it would be in a metropolitan area. So talking about that, and the breakdown of demographics, and obviously starting that conversation, we talk more about that in launch, fill, and retain. Marketing communications, we're going to roll out an announcement. We realize that all of you have heard this announcement, but feedback that we got from members is that they had no idea about this. So we are making a huge announcement to all of BNI US. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be on the diversity. There'll be a diversity tab on the website for BNI, for all the websites, as well as announcements on social media. So stay tuned for that. And if you see it, be happy to share it, like it, and all that stuff. The launch, fill, retain is doing great. They're actually going to come up with some sort of survey. Dan, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the main situation here is you don't know, you can't, if you don't measure it, you can't manage it, right? So if you don't know where your starting point is, you don't know if you're making progress or not. So one of the things that Graham had suggested that we'll be doing is at the end of the year, there'll be sort of an all-encompassing member survey that will be distributed to all of our 80,000 members in the United States by then. And we will be asking them a variety of different questions, but we will start with some optional demographic questions that normally we wouldn't have asked about. And we will begin to do that on an annual basis so that we can track our progress.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, so like Dan said, that's maybe out in the end of the year. It's a little challenging, you know, it was brought up, why not put it in the application for people to submit? But we were worried about, you know, any thought of discrimination based off of that. So we thought it was good that we could ask our members and get a sense of who's in the room right now. And then of course, launching chapters. So that emphasis to make sure that we're launching more diverse chapters in every way possible with all the demographics. And then of course, training to help with the retention of members, and then partnerships as well, both local and national with organizations. And that's all I got.
That was quite a bit. Thank you for the update, Claudia. Does anybody have any questions for Claudia before we move forward? And of course, I can't see you, so either raise your hand or put something in the chat, or just take yourself off mute. Either any of those or all of those are fine.
Just wanted to say great job, Claudia. And so you know, we are working some slides into our trainings for launch that are specific to diversity.
Thank you, Steve. Awesome.
Well, the only things I'm seeing so far are how amazing you are, Claudia. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. If anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and put them into the chat, and we will get to them here in a minute. I did just hear from Laura. She is held up, so she's not going to be able to join us on the business builders. But what she does have for me to send out to you guys are some education moments, training videos, and we can send the PowerPoint so that you guys can see it. And then hopefully she'll be able to join us next month to talk through business build. Oh, no, Laura, you are here. Woohoo! I lied. All right, so Laura is here, so I'm going to stop this and reshare it so we can get back to.
Yeah, sure. If you have time, if you still have a little bit of time. Oh, great.
All right.
Well, hello everyone. Thanks for inviting me onto your call here today. It's great to see you all. A great bunch of people. I work very closely with a lot of your directors on the core team, with Dan and Harmony and Gina and Meg and Steve as well. So yeah, it's great to see everyone today. So you might have noticed already we've had a couple of really kind of nice updates on BNI University in the past month. So the new name is BNI Business Builder, because we've added some really great new features that help do that exactly for members. And it's sort of really, the new features really open up members to the global community, and it allows everyone to interact with each other in a way that they haven't really been able to before. So today I'm going to go through the new things that we've added so that you can become familiar with what they are, and also so you can start answering any questions that you might get from members, and also so you can recommend these new features to members. So this is the new navigation bar. So along the top, I'll start from the beginning. So we have a new thing called a recognition wall. We've also made an update to the training section that's now called BNIU training. We've renamed the content section to resources. And we also have a new section called referral exchanges. So I'm going to let you know about each one of these updates on our call today. Starting with the referral exchanges on the next slide, because they're really one of my favorite things to start with. So referral exchanges, these are basically kind of groups for BNI members to join if they have a referral that they want to give to another member in the global community, or if they're looking to receive a referral, if they're looking to get a referral in a specific place, they can come here and they can post about it as well. So the way that it works is that each of the kind of primary BNI industries has its own referral exchange. So there's one for advertising and marketing, one for agriculture, one for food and beverage. So all of our kind of main industries, they have their own referral exchange. The members join the group that's most suitable to the referral that they're looking to give or receive. So for today, I'm just going to show you some examples of how members are starting to use these referral exchanges, just so you can get some ideas for potentially passing on to your own members, you know, who could use these groups. So the first one here, this came in earlier this week into the legal and accounting referral exchange. So we had a member, he's based in the US, and he's got some space to take on some extra clients. He's a bookkeeper, and he wants to connect with CPAs or accounting firms that just have too much work at the moment, and they've stopped taking on new clients because they have so much work. So he left all his information there. He actually got a lot of responses, but I just put the most recent one that we got here today, and it came in from another member who's another bookkeeper, and she has so much work that she actually is planning on outsourcing work. So they were able to connect and have a one-to-one, and then hopefully she'll be able to pass them over some business. So this is an example of one that happened between members within the US. We'll go on to the next example then. Because mostly what I'm seeing is like members, it's more of a kind of a global exchange, that members are delighted that they can pass business to members in other countries. I suppose that's probably one of the only good things that's happened this year, is that people have really opened up to connecting with people all around the world. It just sort of, it's become second nature for people to connect and have one-to-ones over Zoom and over Skype. So I think it was a really good time to open up these groups, because members are just really hungry for it and really sort of getting involved in it. This example here, this is from the Computer and Program Referral Exchange. So we had a member in Italy, and he had a web development business, and he kind of provides those kind of web development services. He's got lots of clients in Italy and also Hong Kong, but he kind of wanted to expand his portfolio of services and provide more services to his clients. So he wanted to connect with other BNI members that provide different kinds of services, so that he could then sell them to his clients. So he was able to connect then with a member in India who works in mobile app development, and they had a one-to-one there last week. I must check how they got on. They had a one-to-one last week to see if they could connect and do business. And this post got, you know, a lot a lot of connections from other members, and this guy has been fantastic. He's been having one-to-ones all over the world over the past week. I'll do one more example. Oh yeah, I really like this one. This was on the Telecommunications referral exchange. And really what I'm seeing is like the more specific that members are when they come on here, the more referrals that they're likely to get. That's, you know, obviously you see that in chapters. It's exactly the same here online as well. So when this one came in, I have to admit, I said, oh, I don't know if this guy is going to get any referral. He's like a voiceover artist. He's got a British voice, and he kind of put all information about his business, and he left a link so you could listen to his voice. And I said, oh, I don't know, I think that's like a little bit too specific, maybe. But no, like within a couple of hours, he had a reply from a member in San Francisco, and he has I forget his exact business. Oh yeah, he kind of sells like voice services in San Francisco. And he said, well, you know what, like I've got clients who would love to kind of have that kind of like posh kind of British voice on their marketing materials. And he was delighted to be able to connect with them. So so yeah, they're going to connect together and see if they can do business together. So as you can see, there's kind of a lot going on, a lot of members connecting, different parts of the world, and they're really glad that they have this kind of place to come where they can make those connections. But yeah, definitely it's if they want, so it's either if they want to share a referral with another member, or if they're looking for a referral for their specific business. It's a really good place to be. Both are welcome. The members that have joined have just been absolutely fantastic, and I love kind of going in and reading through the messages that they're posting. So yeah, you can start recommending these to your members. I think there's definitely a lot of value especially for some businesses, you know, that can do business internationally. It'll be quite good. Yeah, so that's pretty much the referral exchanges. We move on to the next thing then is the recognition wall. So that's the first one on the navigation bar. So the recognition wall is basically a place where members can come and share recognition for one another. So it could be if another member has given them a really good business opportunity, a good referral. If they've provided them or a contact and excellent service, they can post about it here. Or even if like they just had something like a really great one-to-one with that member and they learned something interesting about them, they can come on here and share it. And when they share it, like everybody else in the world is able to see it. And it kind of works like pretty much like Facebook, where you can kind of leave a like or you can put a comment underneath it. And it's if you're looking for kind of like a boost, you know, to just I really recommend coming on here and reading through the posts. It's like such an uplifting place to be. I've actually found a couple of times I've come on here and you just read, you know, about the lovely things that members are doing everywhere, and it's just so heartwarming. So yeah, like basically you can recommend this. I see some questions. I might, if we can answer them at the end maybe. But yeah, it's a really lovely place for people to come and see all of the great things that members are doing for each other. And so come in and like and comment on the posts, and yeah, that's what the recognition wall is. On the very top of the wall, there's like a pinned post, and it explains to members exactly kind of you know what they can do here on this wall, the type of comments they can post, and also it gives them a link to BNI brand share, and on BNI brand share they can create what's called a recognition note. So it's just kind of like a nice little certificate that they go in and they put the member's name and what they've done, and then they can put their own name, and they kind of have a really nice like branded certificate to post on the wall. And then of course we invite them, then they can also kind of share it on other social media platforms as well. And finally then, so the update, I just wanted to kind of quickly cover the update to the BNIU training. The old name within BNIU training, the old name for the presentations and training programs, we used to call them courses and curricula. And we kind of didn't really feel that vocabulary worked very well in BNI. It sort of sounded like a bit like we were all going back to school. So we decided to call presentations as the name of the section that's got all of like our podcasts, all of our kind of conference recordings, and the Business Booster series. all those kind of like audio and recorded content go over in the presentation section. And in the training program section, that's got all of our kind of nice e-learning, like the member success program, all of the e-learning, that's the leadership team training, the power team training. So all that sort of e-learning stuff is over in the training programs that members can are able to take depending on kind of what stage they're at with BNI. So yeah, that's the presentations and training programs. And yeah, so also we have a new presentation. It's called How to Use BNI Business Builder. This is the updated version of the previous How to Use BNI University. This consists of 3 steps, and just to give members and even if yourselves, if you want to take a bit more information about the features. The first step is sort of like a promotional video, just to get people excited about what the features are. It's just like a minute long. This is a video we've shared on social media. You might have seen it already this week. The next one, the step 2, this is a bit longer. It's an e-learning course, and it gives you a full overview of what these features are and the best ways to use them. And then finally, there's a BNI Business Builder Quick Start Guide. So it's a PDF guide. You can download that after you've taken the other two steps, and you can just have that to hand. It just gives you like a quick overview of the whole system and how you can kind of quickly navigate it. And finally then, I just wanted to just let you know about the communications we've done already, so you can be aware of what's gone out to members. We did a member wire that was on Monday that went out this week. We will send out a success net at some point next week. And obviously there's the How to Use BNI Business Builder presentation, that a link to that also went out in the member wire. And we've also been doing social media posts on Facebook and places like that. And then from next week, on Ivan Meisner's on his pages, he'll start to promote all the new features as well. So that's what we're doing, like from a global point of view. And then regionally, I think Harmony has already sent out to your education coordinators. So we basically have education moments, 3 sets of education moments that explain that the education coordinators can use to explain what these updates are to the members. So they'll be able to, they have a facilitator guide that has a script for them to kind of walk through what the updates are, and then accompanying PowerPoint as well that goes with it, they can show to the chapter. So there's one for the BNIU training, so what are the presentations and what are the training programs, and there's one for the referral exchanges that lets members know what those are. And then finally, there's one for the recognition wall as well. So just they have like 5 minutes to kind of share with the chapter what these updates are. And then finally, just for yourselves, I know a lot of you guys are doing a lot of calls to either visitors or to renewing members at the moment. So just if you can let them know about these updates, because there is added value, especially with the referral exchanges. If you want to let them know about what these are, while you're doing those calls, then it would be good to start getting the word out to them as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it from me.
All right. Well, we thank you so much, Laura, for joining us. Just so that you all know, I did not send out the education moments. I did get feedback from you guys that you wanted to hear about the program before we sent it out, so that you would have some knowledge about it before the members got it. So I will be sending it out next week to the members. I will copy you guys as directors, but wanted you guys to hear it and see it first. So Laura, we do have a couple questions for you. First was, how are you notified when someone answers your request on the
you'll either get an email notification, but some people, they might find that it's too much kind of getting email notifications, so you can switch those off if you're finding you get too many emails, or you can get a notification if you have the app. Like there's a little kind of icon with the message in the top of the screen that will appear when you get a message. So both of those ways, but I think most people prefer to get the email notification when someone replies to what they've posted in the referral exchanges.
All right, so one of our questions was, is the function available on the app? So I'm going to go with yes, the function must be available if you can get a notification, correct?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so the referral exchanges, they're on the app. I've used them there myself. The recognition wall, that works on the app as well. I think if you're you can definitely like read on the app about the recognition wall. You can read all the posts there and interact with them. But if you're going to actually go and create a recognition note and upload it, it's probably easier to do that from your computer instead of your phone. But yeah, there you can definitely read and answer things on the app. Yeah.
All right, and then is there a way to add an industry to the referral exchange? Somebody's in education.
Yeah, so the industries there, they already cover kind of everything that we'd have. So I suppose that would be like a profession within it. So I think that would be, yeah, I suppose it kind of depends what the profession is and how it maps up to the industry. But definitely everything is covered in terms of the industry so far. We decided to kind of keep it broader in the beginning, just so that more members would start using it. But we could, if there is a need for a specific profession to have its own, then we could look at that further down the line. But for the moment, everything is covered in the industries that are there.
All right, perfect. Well, that is all the questions we had that were in the chat. So thank you so much, Laura, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing with us.
Oh yeah, no, thanks a lot, everyone. It was a pleasure to join you all today.
So I am going to challenge you. I want to see who can get to the recognition wall first to post some recognition. We have had lots and lots of celebrations today for our fill and for our launch and our retain. I would love to see us flood the recognition wall with all of the amazing things going on in core with our directors and with our members. So I want to know who is going to be the first one to post something. I am going to be I'll be looking to see who can get on there first, but I'd love to see core kind of lead the way with recognition, since it's one of our core values. All right, so we talked about diversity and inclusion. So these are our monthly town halls. So when is our next town hall? They're the third Friday of every month. We have changed it to 3 p.m. In case you were wondering, you're all here, so you should know. But the next one is going to be on November 20th at 3 p.m. So put it on your calendar now. You should have the invite. Just a reminder, we cannot wait to see you next month to celebrate all of the things that we've been talking about and to start awarding some prizes to our amazing teams. So we have a few minutes for questions and answers. So we've got about 5 minutes. So feel free to put it in the chat or take yourself off mute. I'm happy to answer whatever you guys have. And if I can't answer it, I'll make Dan answer it.
I'm just going to unmute myself. I was trying to type.
Yeah. Yeah, don't bother typing. Go ahead and unmute.
Like, she's going to leave. Okay, so question number one is, can we please get a copy of this? Because that was great and I couldn't keep up with all the notes.
We are recording and we will send out the recording and the PowerPoint so that you guys have everything.
Okay, perfect. And then the next question is, what is the turnaround time for members that apply for the hardship application that they might hear? I have 2, hopefully we're going to save this month.
So if they are looking at October, I think the ops team has been processing them within a few days. So if you've got some that are outstanding beyond that, just go ahead and submit a ticket to Zendesk and just check in with them to make sure that it got submitted properly.
Perfect, thank you.
And I did see a question about when will BNIU, the website be updated. It has already been updated. It is now showing Business Builder instead of BNIU when you get on there.
I have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do all the members, did they get an email about this Business Builder? I mean, we all know about it, but all the members, are they aware of the change and what's in there?
So they got the member wire that came from BNI Global announcing what all the changes were. And so now that you guys have seen this, next week I'll be sending out those educational moments to your chapters so that they can do the educational moments in their chapters. But I don't want them getting it before you guys have seen what the changes are. So that'll be the next step.
So Harmony, just a suggestion, I just watched Jeremy's deep dive calls on Thursdays at 2, I think. And I think yesterday, whatever day today is, yesterday's was all about the BNI Builder series, the changes and stuff. So you might want to mention that in the email you send for the members.
I love it. Thank you so much, Laura. And that would probably be why her region is leading us for Phil for September. So thank you, Laura. And somebody's asking for a copy of the PDF of the 3 accelerator options to share with the leadership team. we can include those with our email after this as well, just so that you guys can finish up getting those chapters that haven't made their selection to make their selection. So we're all at the 80%, and we are supporting all our communities, and each of you is entered into the drawing. Laura, we
Hey,
do have a
Harmony.
Yep.
I was just going to mention, I mentioned to Liz, if James had attached it at 3:11 p.m. So if you just scroll in the chat up to
Okay.
3:11, you can see the PDF right there.
My chat doesn't go that far. It's something with my interface on Zoom and the computer that I use. So PDF email would be really appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we can do that. Where was I? No, so Laura, we have a question for you. Is there a way to search for referrals for a particular industry in Business Builder?
You could well, the idea is that you would kind of go in and then sort of scroll down the discussions that are there, and then have a look through, you know, in that industry. I suppose it kind of makes sense once you log in and have a look around yourselves. But definitely, if there's any questions, if something doesn't kind of make sense to you when you're looking at it, you know, anyone is free to email me, Laura at bni.com, and I can help you out with it.
All right, perfect. You will still be able to use BNI University to be able to find it. None of the URL has not changed. So, you know, you don't need to learn anything new at this point.
Yeah,
you can continue to use what you know.
Exactly. Yeah, we kept both of those websites live. We didn't want to switch off one of them. So yeah, it's bnibusinessbuilder.com and bniuniversity.com. That works as well.
Yep, so they will both take you there, so no worries. You don't have to learn anything new right now, which is fantastic because we got a lot of other stuff where that's taking up space. So I love James just dropped in the Growth Accelerator events again. If you can download them, but we'll also attach them. We'll attach them after the fact so that you guys can see them as well. Oh, we have somebody, Jason, he says he posted recognition on the recognition wall, so he thinks he's the first. So congratulations, Jason. Thank you so much for leading the way with the core team. The first thing I'm going to do when I get off our call is go look to see what you posted. So I'm really excited. All right. Any other questions? Because I think I got everything in the chat. So if you have something else, please feel free to unmute yourself.
Is there a deadline to register for the accelerators?
So the deadline was for today, but we've extended it until next week. So we have so many people that are so close to hitting that 80 to 100%. We want to give them just a little bit more time to achieve that. So the new deadline is next Friday.
Harmony, if the person's drop down is not showing in the form when they fill it out, what do they do?
So they can either mark unknown or let's submit a ticket into ops to let them know who's missing, and they can route it to Michelle so that we can get it fixed.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we have 1 minute left. There is a small little lull, so I'm gonna call that on questions, and I just want to send you guys out with a positive quote because everything else we've done today has been phenomenal and being recognized, and I just really enjoyed it. But I do want to share this one with you because it's one of my favorite quotes. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible. So thank you for all that you're doing. Continue the great work, and we will see you guys all next month. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thanks, Harmony. Thanks, Dan.
guys.
Thanks, Laura. Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you all.